Master,
that is why I wrote.
You have proven to be totally reckless and irresponsible.
That's why on 2nd of
and
April,
if you had a conscience,
why did you block that invitation? Allow the security to do their job.
Reverend Fordjour.
Ebusuya Reverend Ntim Fordjour and our crash Sammy Gyamfi our live show so our joy news so saying say government political response to this cocaine issue ekoso on mine Miss Clary say or the BBACA eyetemefo na Sammy Gyamfi any NDC forward allegation as usual say Yura Reverend Ntim Fordjour paddling falsehood nensem na waka no nyina yesu bia nanso so Yura yiso edin na esi from say intel omugina so etimi epubi a high profile cocaine bust an amount to $500 million ebusuya enya no kwa container gold ene ade guma ni nina no national security ACPS is due to intel until ono wire willing so ono mo be share so the surprising thing is say invite no but yes still Felix Fosukwachi and Mabontin say afre unua ana ya frɛ Reverend ana wodwana bra no krebia enimu yenti abra Yura Ntim Fordjour and Sammy Gyamfi preso na all revealing more revelations say the next month to come di obabo bo e NDC mo ho bon saa katahyeha ahyasia ekoso o mayin no ebe obia enwawa.
How is that
with what the government says is evidence? You said that is also fake. You don't believe it.
No investigation has been done. When he was asked, Kwachio Fosu said that directive given by the president itself
has
not been carried out. No investigation has been carried out. So on what basis have they brought videos?
Hold on for me. So
but let me just end here.
You are saying that
if they had conducted investigations.
Help me understand this. You're saying that you are going to continue to defend and justify your suspicions, regardless of what information the government puts out.
My position is that the security agencies should be allowed. They are willing to investigate and inform the public. Let them, the politicians, allow the security agencies. When they are done with their investigations, they will communicate. And the credibility of what the security agencies will put out there, even if it has semblance with what Kwachio Fosu has put out there, people will believe because one, there was a process of investigation.
Thank you. You have said that already.
And two,
you have said that already. Hold on for me. Hold on for me. Hold on for me. Thank you, Rev. Hold on for me.
Politicians are jumping in.
Sammy Gyamfi,
armed forces issue their own investigations.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Rev. What we are working with is see something, say something. He has seen something. He has seen a cargo with cocaine and he said cash in varied US dollar denominations.
Well, it is very clear that he saw nothing and he chose to say that he had seen something. So this is not a matter of if you see something, say something. This is a clear case of a member of parliament who we are told is a reverend minister deciding to peddle falsehood, deciding to lie about a government, and having been exposed is now making a mockery of himself. I mean, you listen to him. You listen. Please, when you were talking, I was quiet.
I will not sit here for derogatory comments to come from my respected friend.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody has made any derogatory comments.
You speak to the issues.
I am saying that
and keep the sanctity of the
peddled falsehood against the government of Ghana.
I've not peddled any falsehood.
So let me demonstrate how you peddled falsehood. So keep quiet.
No flag came from Rwanda.
Maza, keep quiet.
So you have peddled falsehood.
Let's have a very decorous discussion. When you were speaking, I was here. And you've had ample time to make your case. Show viewers and listeners the same respect.
But keep
that I've shown. I'm saying that you peddled falsehood. He's sitting here saying that they had suspicions. And they put out the suspicions, asking questions and, soliciting explanations from the government. Number one, you don't hold press conferences based on suspicions. That is reckless, that is irresponsible. This country is a serious country. You cannot wake up in the morning because you are hungry or you overate and said, I have this suspicion. So I hold a press conference and require law enforcement agencies to investigate your suspicions? You think that is what our security agencies are there for?
He said he was engaged in oversight duties as a
But
member of
oversight
Parliament.
duties is not about raising suspicions. That is irresponsibility. That is recklessness.
You can't ask questions.
When you are
about NBC.
exercising oversight, you exercise oversight based on facts. Even if you have suspicions, the suspicions must have some basis. You've not done any, you didn't do any checks, you didn't provide any information. And you are talking about suspicions that you require state security agencies to spend taxpayers' money in investigating suspicions? That speaks volumes of this whole matter. You know, it speaks volumes about your own credibility. But in any case, Samson, I submit to you that his press conference did not allege suspicions and did not invite state security agencies to investigate suspicions. He is lying again because he has been caught pants down.
You have a copy of
I
the
have
press
a-
conference.
Must
Can you
we-
play
We
it?
played
Can
the
you-
portion
Yes.
that you spoke about.
Are you a reverend minister?
Let me have it
Isn't
again.
you a reverend?
I want to read the specific portion again
Good.
to him. Yes, go on.
Look,
go on.
I am reading a quote from his press conference, and this quote was reported by My Joy Online. This is a direct quote, and I want to read that to you. There is no evidence. This is quote in Ntim Fordjour speaking. There is no evidence of any medical referral or patient on board. Speaking about that ambulance aircraft. Rather, our intent. Not suspicion. Our intelligence suggests that the aircraft was used to smuggle illicit cargo, unquote. Where is suspicion? Why do you lie like that?
Who has said-
Is this, did you allege suspicion here?
Who
You
has-
are talking
who
about
has put-
intelligence. What is intelligence?
you-
Intelligence means
You continue
that you have
mishandling
been
the matter
given,
politically.
you have received credible information about the existence of some facts or a certain situation, and you are saying that because of that, you think that these aircrafts which arrived in Ghana were used to smuggle illicit substances. You made mention of cocaine, you made mention of cash relative to money laundering and so on. Categorical allegations. Now the president of the republic says, okay, I want to give you an opportunity to share this intelligence you have with the state security agency so that they can investigate it. I mean, if you don't share the intelligence with the state security agencies, where should they start their investigations from? So what any responsible lawmaker exercising oversight would have done would be to say, thank you, Mr. President. I will, voluntarily, or I will happily honor the invitation of any state security
invitation
agency
has come?
tasked to investigate this matter.
Samson, ask him.
Yet you,
Where the invitation came? 5 days now. Where was the invitation?
Chief, I think that you are being disruptive. I think you are being disruptive. I think you are being disruptive.
I've
I
taken
think you're
note of
being
that
disruptive.
question.
Allow me to make my point. I think you're being disruptive. So you should have been happy about the invitation extended to you to adduce the intelligence you have so that the state security agencies can do what you're calling on them to do.
It's been said
Yes.
that by Felix
Yeah.
Kwachiofosu that it was security called Afenyo Marking to make Reverend available. He denies that. And Felix is saying that he had sought to, Afenyo Marking replied back that because what he was doing was an oversight job, they may have to go through the speaker. So now National Security is going to write to the speaker to invite him in the same way that they have invited A Plus and Mustafa.
But even though they are not accessing oversight, simply fundamentally, if you are inviting a member of parliament, even without oversight, that's a procedure. If you are inviting a member of parliament, even if he spoke from his garden egg farm on any matter that requires invitation, you don't call somebody, whether he's leader, you go by procedure. Had anybody used that procedure? It has even nothing to do about that.
Yes.
Listen.
You have no invitation yet, you lied.
Are you listening? Are you listening to yourself?
No.
You,
Get to the
a
point.
law-abiding citizen, a member of parliament, who claims to be exercising oversight, you say you have intelligence that certain aircrafts came into Ghana smuggling illicit substances. you even need an invitation before you go and do that.
That's why I wrote.
Maza,
That is
you have
why I
lied.
wrote.
You have proven to be totally reckless and irresponsible.
That's why on second of
and
April,
if you had
I
a
wrote.
conscience,
Why did you block that invitation?
If you had a conscience,
Why did you block
you
that
will be
collaboration?
apologizing for that lie.
Why did you?
You'll be apologizing.
You should be apologizing.
You are just you have just
disgracing the
proven to be a
presidency.
liar.
And reducing the presidency
Thank you.
into
Hold
a
on.
mere propaganda.
I'm not done.
Hold on.
No, something. No, I
Reverend
think
Ntim,
I think
Barry, you hold on.
Allow the
No
security
problem.
to do their job.
Reverend Fordjour, in your press statement in paragraph 1, you said that the Air Med flight and Havoc Air private jet transporting suspected cocaine and cash. And then you went ahead to give the details of the flight and the time, the period they stayed in the country and so on and so forth. Do you know, as a member of parliament, that if I sat here and made this claim, or any Ghanaian sat anywhere and made these claims, by now they would be either in custody or they will be in court seeking bail for a trial?
Do you know that anyone behind the cocaine bust, $150 million, behind the $350 million cocaine bust, behind the money laundering and the 12 container filled with gold and cash, busted in the full glare of media by national security, among other things we are asking questions for, should have by now been arraigned before court?
That's correct.
Shouldn't we rather be more interested in that?
That does not excuse.
If they are interested in my
answer for the question I asked.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that
No,
at
but I
all.
asked you a specific question.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
Because
I have
this
put
is
it
a
to you.
liar who has been
If
caught
the priority of the government
just obfuscating
is
issues.
to
I think
seal
you
and
have my
protect
point.
drug
He will
cartels,
not answer the
protect
question.
money launderers that they themselves have busted.
Those
And
are
I'm
different
going after
issues.
members of parliament,
Those are different issues that we can
legitimately
deal with.
raising legitimate
This
questions.
is an allegation that you are
And
raising,
they
and we have to
are
interrogate it.
security
Correct?
agencies. From why are they gagging
Especially that you
agencies?
say the government position is incorrect. We have to interrogate yours.
Because the government spokesperson
So what should we
said
do
that.
now? What should we do now?
The government spokesperson.
What should we do about what you
The
have put out
government
in the public?
spokesperson.
What should we do about
Oh, please. The government spokesperson said that this investigation directed by President Mahama, he didn't mean it.
Let's not repeat these
And that it
things.
was only meant to make an example
I'm
of
asking
me.
you, what do you want
They
to be
should
done
go
now?
ahead and make example
What do you want
of
to be
me.
done now?
They should go ahead and make example
Rev,
of me.
you answer my question. What
Consistent
should be
with
done
they said.
about
He will
what
not
you said
answer,
now?
so let's move on.
What should be done now is for them to go ahead to say to do what they said they would do, to make an example of me and disregard the investigation that Ghanaians are calling.
You don't admit that you don't admit that you did any wrong. You don't admit that you did any wrong.
There's no wrongdoing. There's no wrongdoing whatsoever.
Is it okay for any citizen to
There's no
speak about
wrongdoing.
suspicions?
What is suspicion?
And speak about them publicly without talking to the security about it?
So, since when did it become practice that when a member of parliament is exercising the parliamentary
wait.
tools? We have a lot of parliamentary tools. One, the media is one. Raising urgent questions is one. Filing ordinary questions is one. Filing oral questions is one. Calling legitimate, relevant agencies before the committee is one. I have used 2 of these tools in exercising this matter. And so if you consider it wrong, let the jury add their judge.
The context is that after you made a press conference and you became aware that you may have done wrong.
I've not done any wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
That is your conclusion.
I'm asking you a question.
There's no wrong.
Please, can I ask a question, please? After you made the claims in the public and you discovered that you were going to be a subject potentially of prosecution and jail, then you decided belatedly, perhaps having been advised by lawyers,
that is false.
to now try to use the Defense and Interior Committee to ask for the security to come and brief you. Otherwise, that ought to have been your first step.
I take strong exception to that, Samson. The reason why I wrote calling for the joint meeting was because I respected the directive given by President
Should that not have preceded your press conference?
Nothing should have preceded what we did.
Thank you very much.
It was nothing
Thank you.
But let me
Kofi, what did you want to say?
The strong assertion.
Hold on.
I have not done any wrong.
Quickly, hold on.
And it is false what you are accusing.
Kofi,
you should rather tell them to do the right thing.
What did you want to say?
When the state is threatened, it is really sad that the issue becomes partisan. If we didn't have the kind of polarity we had, and somebody says or suspects that something like this has happened, and note that drug trafficking goes to personal gain and national ruin. I think that if things were better, it should not be impossible for Parliament or persons like him to even be included with the security agencies to just investigate it, not because some wrong has been done, but for the facts to be clear.
Kofi, what he did, would you advise him to have done that as a lawyer? Would you have advised him to go public and speak about suspicion and belatedly go to seek to ask for a briefing by the security or to the Committee of Defense?
No, please.
Let me answer.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Your claim is wrong. That's not what I did.
You went to the press.
Please, your claim is
before
wrong.
You wrote to the committee.
Samson, I disagree with you.
You went to the press on the first.
Samson, I disagree.
Your letter
you
to
have
the
repeated
committee
this
was
about
on the
5 times,
second.
and you are wrong. I keep prompting you.
Reverend,
when a member of Parliament raises a question,
Reverend,
and you
have told us
it.
here, Reverend,
Please.
Reverend, hold on. You had your press conference on the 1st of April, correct?
In Parliament.
Thank you, correct?
In Parliament.
1st of April, correct? And
Yes.
then you wrote your letter on the 2nd of April, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Kofi.
So that